Guys, this is day 2 of the Spring Break Gaming Convention. Tables are in full use. Eventually we're going to go over to the fantasy battle area and take a look at what else is going on for the convention. Guys, this is day 2 of the convention, and the Tron table got replaced by kind of a demoing of Heavy Gear Blitz. With me is Dale, who's going to discuss a little bit about what the game's all about. So Dale, tell us a little bit about Heavy Gear Blitz.
Heavy Gear Blitz is DreamPod 9's sci-fi mech game. It uses a very much so combined arms approach, infantry, tanks, vehicles. The primary focus being two-leg walking machines called Gears, 16 foot high. They equate roughly to about like a light tank.
What would be the scale for this game?
Scaled in 1/144th. It's about 10 to 12 millimeter scale.
Okay, but I guess it's just because the vehicles and the mechs are so large that they still look like you're playing about the same size as you'd see in like 40K.
Yes, the average gear is probably about 28 to 30 millimeter high. But you got to keep in mind, inside each gear, there's actually a guy riding around with his head stuck up in the top of it, driving it.
Let's take a second and actually zoom in on one of those gears.
All right, go ahead.
Each team has an objective.
Right.
And how does a team get those objectives?
Based on the size of the game, there's a chart that you roll on that says whether your mission is going to be offensive or defensive. And then depending on the size of the game, you're given so many objective points, and you buy your own objectives out of these categories. Half of them have to be out of the mission type, the other half can come out of any other. And then how well you complete those objectives determines how many victory points you get. So it's very well possible to have your army completely wiped out, but still meet your objectives during the game
and win the game. Nice. So does the game require more or less a game manager, or?
No, okay. It doesn't. It's very well, 2 people, 5 people can play it together, that know the rules. Being a convention game, 2 of these guys have played some before. Brandon played in the demo this morning. Jake's one of our local players. 2 of the guys hadn't, so I'm kind of refereeing it through and trying to give advice here and there.
I'm actually surprised because we've actually gone to a couple of games where, like a role-playing game, that you really need a manager kind of for the game system itself.
Pretty much at this point, I just make the occasional call and stuff to kind of keep it flowing and answer questions. We're on turn 4 now. By turn 2, they were pretty much going to modifiers and rolling on their own through the system.
So if someone wants to get in this, is there a starter box?
There is. DP9 has a couple of starter boxes. They have an army set basically for each of the major factions that has a rule book, a general purpose squad, a fire support squad, and they also have what they call the Interpol War Starter, which has a north and a south GP squad and a rule book. So it's enough for 2 people to get started playing right there.
Nice.
Yeah, just move through it. I'm not going to move. There would be some, still on there would be some unintentional impact, ramming type stuff, but I'm not going to get it. Okay.